how's it going? My name's Mark. Yours is? Well, it's great to meet you. It looks like you are right on time. Thank you for your punctuality. Really appreciate it. It sets a great tone for the interview. Yeah, you would be surprised not everyone makes it on time for their interview. Well, let's go to a few things opened up here. Again, my name is Mark. I am the recruiter here for the marketing department, and I'll be conducting your interview today. How was the drive over? Did you get here okay? Oh yeah, you're not far at all. That's great. Perfect. Okay. Well, let me get a few things pulled up here before we get the interview started. I really want you to be relaxed. This should be, a back and forth here. I want you to be, again, relaxed, at ease, and so we can have a good conversation and we can get everything taken care of. Would you like a drink? We have some seltzer water. We have juice, soda, coffee. Okay. Yeah, well, here we go. We got a seltzer right here. I'll put that there for you. Feel free to jump into that thing whenever you want. Okay. So, as we go through the interview, I will be taking some notes here on my laptop. I'll also be writing a few things down here. Okay. And then at the end of the interview, you're going to have a time to ask me any questions you have. But something that might deviate from a typical interview is I'm going to give you a pen and paper. If you want to write anything down that comes up, just so you can recall it at the end, I'm going to hand this one to you. There you go. Feel free to take notes. And then also feel free to stop me at any point if you feel like you have a question that is important to ask at that moment. Otherwise, just save them for the end of the interview when you have your time. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you can see we're pretty casual here. That's a great perk of the job is that, typically we're just wearing sweatshirts. I'm at a position, where I can be pretty informal. For new people coming into the company, we ask a little different expectations, but ultimately you'll be able to get to a position where you can come into work pretty relaxed. We won't be dealing, your position with marketing, you're not going to be dealing with face-to-face interactions every day with clients and customers. But when you are, that dress code will change. Okay. All right. I'm gonna grab my pen and paper here. Did you bring a copy of your resume? Okay. Perfect. Looks like you have that here. Okay, graduated in 2015 and you went to high school in upstate New York. Part of the track and field team, very nice. A fraternity at University of Louisiana, graduated in 2020. 3.9 GPA, that's great, good job. Looks like you're proficient in a lot of the software we're looking for. You have a great background, work experience coming in. It looks like you've done a few internships as well. That's great. Perfect. Well, we're going to reference this resume a little bit more later on. Yeah. So we're going to dive in now to some questions. I think setting a tone for an interview is just getting to know each other to begin with. I want you to start off by telling me a bit about yourself and describe your background briefly. What's led you to our company? Again, a little bit about yourself and your experience. So you grew up in upstate New York. Oh, it's beautiful up there. Yeah, I've made a few trips up there myself. Okay, and you graduated 2015. That's great. Okay. What was your high school like? Oh, small class. This is a small town. Okay. All right, and what led you to, it looks like, University of, it's in Louisiana? Yeah, what led you there? Why did you choose that school? And tell me a little bit about that time in your life. Hmm. Absolutely, I think a lot of people can share that similar experience. Yeah, I know I can. So, what extracurricular things were you doing at that time? Were you part of any clubs? Um, how did school go for you? What was your experience like there? Okay, so you did continue the track and field. That's awesome. Great. And then you decided to do marketing and communications, and you had started that. You knew what you wanted to do off the bat, starting out of high school. Okay, great. Awesome. Let's see here. So, can you tell me about a relevant incident that made you keen on the profession you were pursuing, and kind of relate that to your education? Yeah, please go on. Yep. So it sounds like you got a first taste of the industry when you were working with your uncle, that part-time summer job at his car dealership. Okay. How did that become related to marketing? Okay. Very interesting. So if I get this correctly, you're doing a little bit of clerical work for him. You're also on the lot. You're helping him with sales, and you're starting to see that he could really benefit from some enhanced marketing. And you guys experienced some success with this, and you were able to get some hands-on experience, and you received great feedback about your work. That's great. I love to hear it. Yeah, absolutely. Those real world experiences, especially at a pivotal time like that, is really something that's important to us. And I'm glad to see you were able to make that connection and sort of transition from a sales role, um, looking at the company and the operation as a whole, and seeing how they could benefit from some new, let's say, new eyes, a new look, and how they could really benefit from some marketing. Quite impressive, I must say. Yeah, you've done a great job with that. It looks like you were able to put a number in, and you were able to turn that into $20,000 of additional sales. Sorry, no, $40,000 through your marketing efforts. That's great. I really appreciate you can provide that, and I see where you have that listed here to look at. Great. So I feel like I know a little bit about you now, a little bit about your background. I want to move forward now and shift in a different direction. Let's see here. I'm gonna jump around a little bit. Do you prefer, now we here have a lot of people on staff for our marketing department. You're coming in at an entry role. I want to know a little bit about what your preferences are working independently and on a team. How do you work best, and what is your role on a team? Okay, so it sounds like you enjoy working on a team, especially coming into a new position. You appreciate that support. Absolutely, yeah. So we offer mentorships. So when you come on, you will be paired with a senior marketing uh, partner. He or she will be your partner. They will be a resource for you coming on within the first few months. That you'll be under their mentorship. They will be showing you how we work at this company, what your role is, and they will just be a absolute resource for you for any questions you have, and they'll be mentoring you. So we definitely provide that. Yeah, absolutely. And then it sounds like once you have a good understanding, you enjoy shifting to more of an independent role. So yeah, once you're familiar with your clients and you are familiar with what's expected of you, and you're in that routine and you're here every day and you're working, you're doing it. You've had some experience under your belt, and so you're able to feel confident moving forward independently. Well, that's great because pardon me, that's part of what we'll be expecting from you is that once you've gone through this sort of mentorship and you've been working closely with a senior partner, you'll be expected to start taking on more of an independent role within the company and starting to really bring in clients. We will funnel you some leads, but we want to look towards you, that we can rely on you to understand and perform what we expect. And we really set you up for this, and it's great to hear that you have experience working on teams and that you feel confident once you're in that position of experience to go forward independently. That's great. Yeah, I really appreciate how you phrased that, and you related that to some experience you've had in the past. So thank you for that. Now let's move in another direction here. When you're balancing multiple projects, how do you keep yourself organized? This is very important to us. Everyone does have a different style here, and we're very open to that. And I think that's one of the things that really drew me to this company, was seeing how we understand that people operate differently with how they organize themselves and how they move forward with executing that organization. So when you're balancing multiple projects, again, how do you keep yourself organized? What are some ways that you found successful for yourself? Okay, can you tell me about an experience at your previous companies where that balancing, where you found that sweet spot? Great. We are really looking for that. You really hit a lot of the key words that I was going to be asking. So it sounds like you said once you really strive to create structure, and that's always great. So you'll have blocks dedicated to certain times. You keep a list of these clients, and you stay in contact with them regularly to make sure that all of our services are being received and our clients are happy. You're making sure they're happy, and you're balancing it with those plans, those lists. That's great. It's great to keep that. We definitely offer in the mentorship some ways that we suggest and show how to stay better organized and on top of that. But that's great. Because as an employer, we want to understand how you use time and energy to stay productive and efficient. We're looking to understand if you have your own system for staying on track, which you do, and with the work beyond the company schedules and workflow plans, how you go beyond that. And I want, you emphasized how you adhere to the deadlines and take them seriously. You discussed a specific instance, I love that. Let's see. And you discussed the importance and urgency of the projects that we're working on and how you allocate your time accordingly. I love that. You're doing a great job there, and seems to be serving you well. I'm really glad to hear that. Thank you for sharing that with me. Okay. So we at our company, we always want to be improving, right? We want to stay on top of what is going on in the market in our sector. What are the trends? What's the data showing? We have a lot of this. We have a whole entire research department that breaks down all of this so we can understand it better. I want to know in the last year and what you're doing to improve your knowledge. Okay. So it sounds like you're going out to networking events. You put yourself in a position to stay on top of it that way. You take some online courses. Those are all great things. I'm happy to hear that. Now, this question comes up as a result of the pandemic. As an employer, we want to know how people used their time differently in this last year. And we want to know that you don't feel scared about answering this question, okay? It can be a little hard. We want to know what you've been doing to brush up on your skills and taking courses, and we want to learn from your experience as well. So thank you for sharing that with me. I'm just going to see about one more question here. Let's talk about. Let me see. Let's see. What are some work environment? What is your preferred work environment? Because we have a specific environment here, just like any other company does. What's your preferred work environment, and what does that look like? Now, I'm going to expand upon this a little bit more. What do you know about the organization of our culture? And we want to see how that aligns with ours. Have you taken any time to look at our website, our company's, kind of culture? And we want to hear you kind of talk about this. Let's see. I'll give you a layup here. Tell me about your previous work environments, what you've learned from it all, what you've seen with ours, and how it all aligns on, what you prefer. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. So you saw how we have, kind of a relaxed environment here, dress code wise. We offer incentives, bonuses. We offer a competitive salary. We do work a lot on teams, and you've said you've been successful with that in the past. That's all great things here. Yeah, we are very straightforward. We provide you a lot of structure. We do have a lot of expectations, but we don't leave you hanging. We definitely set you up so that you can meet these goals and requirements. And I'm glad to hear all that. Yeah, and it sounds like you've had experience with the opposite, which you didn't prefer, and you've had some experience with what we have, and you've worked well in that. These are all great things to hear. Sorry, yeah, it's taking some notes there. Okay. Well, that's all, I have for you at the time being. I really wanted to have those four major questions to look at, kind of get to know each other, and then build off of that. What questions do you have for me? Okay, absolutely. We would love to have you back for a second round interview. When you do have those questions with you and you're ready, please bring them with you. Um, I'm very interested in what you have to provide. It sounds like there is potential for a great fit here. It's been an absolute pleasure talking with you. We will be in contact. You should be receiving a email later today with the information on the second round interview. Absolutely. Yeah, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for being on time, and I look forward to speaking with you at the next interview. All right, have a great rest of your day. Bye.